Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and a couple of my patrons said that I could create whatever I wanted for their planner spreads this month. Let's see what I come up with. All right, so we are starting with Grizel, who uses a classic vertical size planner, and she said I could do whatever I wanted, that I could surprise her. And I'll tell you something about me. If you tell me I can do whatever I want in my planner, then 90% of the time it's going to be something craft themed and or rainbow. I love all the colors. I love all of the crafty things, and I think Grizel does as well. And so that's what we're going to go with for her planner spread. I'm going to use some old school Miss Maker stickers on her spread, and we're starting off with a little washi tape here at the bottom. That is actually from the washi tape shop, I believe. They have some really great black and white washi tape collections that just go with so many spreads. I absolutely love this one. And so it's actually a thicker washi tape, or a wider washi tape, I guess you would say, that I tore. Sorry for my head getting in the way. I was trying to line it up really well here at the top. I tore it so that there would be a bigger border at the bottom, and we're going thinner at the top. We're going to go with an undated spread. So Grizel, you can date this however you would like. And now I have my sticker guides on top of kind of my blank slate, and I'm trying to figure out where everything is going to go. I chose to grab some huge Mambi sticks. I love the Mambi sticks. You can still pick them up at Joann Fabrics. I don't know that they are on sale on the Happy Planner website anymore, but Joann Fabrics usually still has them when I've been visiting there. So these are my crafty girls. They're dreaming of all of the crafty things that they would like to be doing. And I know Grizel has her hands full with all of the kids and all of the things and so many things going on. And so I feel like this is a spread that is calling Grizel to have a little time to herself, a little creative time. So that's what the spread is themed. So I got to choose whatever I would want to put in Grizel's planner. And so that made me start to think, if you could choose whatever you wanted and you didn't have to have just the right stickers and any of that, if you could choose a planner theme of your dream, what would it be? I love a crafty planner. I love colorful planners, so mine would definitely be along that scheme. Are you someone that loves florals? Are you someone that loves certain colors, and so yours would all be in that? Would yours be themed to your favorite TV shows or movies? Let me know in the comments below if you could either design a planner layout of your dreams or a whole planner even of your dreams. What theme would you go with? All right, so I have the girls picked out. I know where I want them to go. I'm still working on sticker guides here so that I can figure out where everything's going to go. What I envisioned was just kind of a cascade of boxes. I've pulled out Mojo Jojo's black boxes because I don't need color coming in other places. I have lots of color and I want to put the emphasis on the craft supplies. So I'm going to layer some boxes. I had trouble. I layered these on the sticker guide, but they really tore when I layered them on each other. I wasn't able to pick them up once I had layered them on each other, so I definitely tear a few of these stickers, which makes me sad because I love black boxes. So just be careful when you're using some of these black boxes, making sure you know where you want them. And I try to be light-handed when I'm putting things down. I don't press them down really hard just in case I change my mind, but just something to keep in mind. So I have kind of a scheme of where I want all of the different boxes. Once I have that, then I'm going to start transferring things over. Here's where I started to tear things. These Mambi sticks, these girls are on transparent paper. I don't want them to be transparent, so I'm actually putting them on top of white sticker paper, and then I'm going to trim them out of the white sticker paper, and then I can pull off the backing of the sticker paper, and now I have a opaque sticker or something on the white sticker paper, so they cover up the lines and things like that. So I wanted to get those trimmed out, fussy cut out, and on the page, and then I'll start to layer boxes. The ones that tear as I try to transfer them, I just end up grabbing new ones from the book. That is the plus side of having a book that has a bunch of black boxes, is that you have some to replace with. but I can already tell that I'll need another Black Boxes book. It's just one of those really great staples that I think you should probably have in your sticker collection. All right, so this girl, she's pondering her craft project. She's thinking about what's coming up. The girl on the right side, she's in the actual planning stage. She's got her planner, she's got her stickers. She is like living her best planning life, and I like that she's over on the weekends. That's when I do most of my planning. That's when I chill out and relax. You can see that sticker, it fell apart, but that's okay. Here's another one. Perfect. We'll stick this over here. We'll get this girl down, and now I have some of the biggest basics down on the page. Always something you want to do first. Get the biggest stickers down first, and then I'm going to kind of put these boxes all over. So there's plenty of room to write on these white boxes, or the black boxes, I guess. And then there's still plenty of white space. I am going to bring in a lot of different craft supplies to layer and to add some interest, but I still think there's plenty of room on the spread to add any plans, any to-do lists, things like that. Now that the basic function is in place, now we are really going to go all in on these craft supplies. And I actually pulled this sticker sheet from the Miss Maker accessory book. This is an old school accessory book that I think is actually still available on the Happy Planner website. I don't know how that's possible, but half of it is stickers from the rainbowy Miss Maker. Now, the new Miss Maker that came out in 2021, in the fall of 2021, that one has a little bit more of a muted color scheme. I still love it. It's still awesome. But the original Miss Maker was like all about the color, all about the rainbow. And so I wanted to pull those supplies because if you give me the chance, I'm going to go rainbow. That's just how it's going to end up. So I'm layering a lot of these supplies in and around the boxes just to give a little extra inspiration to the page. And I just envision Grizel saving this for a week where she might have a little bit more free time, where she might have a few crafty projects going on. And it's just a great way to plan out some of those projects. I felt like it was a little white over here, a little blank. So because I used a box that was not black, I'm going to add a little bit more interest with these paint brushes. And then I'm just trying to use as many of these stickers as possible, but still give Grizel space to write, which I think is super important. You can see I'm like, where are these scissors going to go? What do you do when you're holding on to a sticker? So sometimes I know I'm going to use a sticker, but I don't have a place for it. So it just like lives on my finger while I'm planning. Do you guys do that as well? Or like on the side of my table, every now and then I forget that it's there, and then I finish the whole spread, and then I look over and there's just a sticker hanging out on the side of the table, just one I missed, which makes me sad. But this one I remembered. You can see I'm still holding on to it. I'm looking and seeing other spots that I want to fill and seeing other places where that sticker is going to go. There. Finally, it found a home. Those scissors have a happy home now. All right, I've pulled out the Mojo Jojo Date It sticker book. This one is awesome. It has all of the days of the week on paper and on clear. I had a little issue where I was like, I couldn't find the paper versions of the second half of the week, if that makes sense. And I like flipped through the book later on. I panic a little. I'm like, how could there not be paper versions? They were there. I was just flipping over them. We're going to add some more supplies at the top behind the days of the week that I'm adding, just to give it a little bit more interest. And again, this is an undated spread, so Grizel can add dates in. I would actually add dates at the top of each of the vertical boxes, the top row boxes. That's where I would put the dates, but totally up to you where you want to have them. And a lot of times I don't know that we end up actually needing the dates because this is in order in our planner. So like this one doesn't have a month. I don't need to have the month marked on each of my weekly spreads. Is that just me? Or does that, I mean, if it's within like the month of March, then you're flipping through that. Does that make sense? Anyway, filling in a few of these little spots. I don't want them to hang over the vertical boxes, but filling in the in-betweens here, and then we will add in, this is where I'm like, where's the other, I can't find Friday and Saturday. I flip, I'm like, these are clear. Where's the regular ones? Did I miss them? I find them eventually. It's one of those times where you're just like, I have lost my mind. I feel like I'm looking at something directly and still don't see it. There it is, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We got it all in place. All right, once I get the days of the week on there, then I'm going to cut the spread apart. Right now it's attached with washi tape down at the top and the bottom. So I'm going to cut the two sides apart and make sure that you can still punch through the holes at the bottom, and then look to where I can add a few more stickers. And what I'm going to look for are actually some words. I always like to have words and phrases on planner spreads, and actually in the accessory book for Miss Maker there are a bunch of rainbow words, and so those are going to find their way onto the spread as soon as I get my We Are Memory Keepers disc punch, repunch the holes here at the bottom that covered up with washi. There we go. Now here's all the rainbow words. Here's the accessory book. An accessory book, if you haven't seen one, half of an accessory book is post-it notes and then half of it is stickers. They haven't actually released these in a while, and I used to love them. I think they're so awesome. And I'm going to use these different rainbow word phrases: DIY all day, make, create, do, or sorry, make, do, create. And I'm going to use them as kind of a rainbow theme across the page. I happen to know Griselle loves color too, so I really hope that this spread inspires her and it makes her super happy. But I love all these little phrases just across the page. I'm always going to be someone that goes for phrases in their planning spreads. I do it in my faith planner spreads. I do it all over the place because I think words mean a lot. Pictures mean a lot, colors mean a lot, and words definitely mean a lot. And I'm just finding spaces for all of the different colors across the page. I only wanted to use one of each color, but then I kind of felt like one of the boxes at the bottom, like on the bottom left, it felt a little sad and a little empty. So I have one more color. I'm going to shift this one right here so it's not messing up that girl's hair. I'm going to add my little last purple over here. And then there was just one box that didn't have a phrase around it, which felt odd. So I ended up grabbing another pink phrase to add on there just so that it felt balanced. And I'm going to adjust where this one goes. I'm going to move it down a little bit so you see black all around. Once that's done, look how cute that spread came out. Next up is Shannon's spread, and Shannon gave me free rein. She wanted a big vertical that she uses for her faith planning, and she said I could do anything I want with Kelly Bang's illustrations. And you don't have to ask me twice. I love me some Kelly Bangs. And so I was super excited, and I knew right away, again, if you give me a choice, crafting is going to be the theme. So we're actually going with a fun new set that Kelly released at the beginning of 2023, maybe the end of 2022, that is kind of like a Bible journaling themed set. It is adorable. So I'm going to be using that set, which is called Praiseworthy. And then these florals are actually from an older set that is called Flowers of the Field. And I know that Shannon loves florals, so I definitely wanted to include those. And I thought that would be a really nice way to soften up the Praiseworthy set. So I cut out the Praiseworthy set on my Cricut on white sticker paper. And it is basically a set that is all about Bible journaling. It is about all the tools of Bible journaling and some of the icons and things that we absolutely love and use all of the time. And so I thought it would be fun, since this is Shannon's faith planner, I thought it would be a fun place to use that set. So what I did was cut out these clusters of florals. My idea is that I want all of these Bible journaling supplies kind of bursting out of the bottom of the page. And the florals are going to be in the background, which is why I put them on clear sticker paper. They melt into the page that way. They're going to be in the background, and that is going to soften up some of the edges. A lot of the pieces of the Praiseworthy set are very rectangular, and so it'll soften up the edges, having the florals kind of pop out from behind them. And actually the florals and Flowers of the Field match really well. The colors match really well with the Praiseworthy sets. So here are the Praiseworthy sets. It's actually 4 different pages. I printed them smaller, knowing I wanted the icons a little bit smaller because they were going in my planner. That's one of the plus sides of using printables, is that you can print them at whatever size you want. So if you printed these full page or full size, they're much bigger elements, much bigger illustrations, and those definitely are beautiful and serve a purpose as well. But this, having it come in a smaller size works really well for my planner. So you can see what I'm doing, just making kind of a grouping, a cluster at the bottom of all of these supplies kind of coming up and out of the measuring tape. The measuring tape is an Illustrated Faith washi tape that I've had for a while. Now, I don't want it going over the measuring tape. I kind of wanted the measuring tape to be the bottom, so I'm just using my craft knife and a straight edge, and I'm very carefully cutting through the white sticker paper, ta-da, and peeling it off over top of the washi tape, so that way it looks like it's all behind the washi tape, even though I didn't put it behind to start with. So just cutting off all those edges, and I like that clean line that that it ends up with. Shannon specifically said she wanted plenty of room to write, which I completely understand because this is her faith planner. The clear sticker paper that I use is the Mako brand, and I actually specifically use it because you can write over the top. So even though the florals are going up into the boxes a pretty good way, you can still write over the top, and you can also write over the top of the white sticker paper as well. But sometimes it's the clear sticker paper that can be a little bit too glossy to write on top of. And so I really enjoy the Mako brand. I will link it in the description box below. I really enjoy that brand because I think it gives a good print quality, and I like that you can write on top of it because I use clear sticker paper all the time in my faith planners, so I definitely want to be able to write on top. All right, I'm finishing up with icons. Sorry, it got a little bit off camera here. And then I'm going to just follow the same procedure of trimming out the extra pieces so that it's not hanging over the edge of the ruler at the bottom. So we'll just use the craft knife. I have to go over it a couple times just to make sure it goes all the way through and gets a clean cut. I can start pulling it up and then I see, nope, that didn't go all the way through. So just go over it again. Ta-da! And then I'm loving the cluster at the bottom. You definitely could have just left it here. This would have been a beautiful faith planner spread just like this. I like to go a little bit above and beyond, especially when I'm working on my patron spreads, because I want the spread to feel really special. I want it to feel like something that they might not normally do on their own. And so I like them to be very, very full. All right, we're going to put a little bouquet up here. We're going to fill in the sidebar. I will have some writing space over in the sidebar. In a faith planner, the sidebar could be to list out scriptures you're studying that week. It could be prayer requests. It could be any number of things. I don't typically use mine too much in my faith planner, and mine's a different format this year anyway. But we are going to leave a little bit of writing room over here just in case Shannon decides to use her sidebar. I think mostly she does not, if I'm remembering correctly, but just in case, oops, a little white piece of paper there. We're going to trim off, anytime I trim off florals, I almost always reuse them, giving it just a little hint of florals all along the edge right here. How cute does this one turn out? I love me some Kelly bangs and I love me some Bible journaling. All right, this is the big boxes, big rainbow boxes from Mojo Jojo Plans. If you haven't checked out Mojo Jojo Plans, this is not sponsored or I'm not an affiliate or anything, but she does have some really great basics that are fantastic if you are starting to get into decorative planning, all of the colored boxes that you could ever imagine. So make sure to check her out. I will link her below. She has some lined boxes in this set, which I thought would be really great because Shannon specifically said she wants plenty of room to write. Instead of just regular boxes, I decided to go with lined boxes. So there's a light pink in here. I'm going to go with a blue and then a yellow. Some of them that I choose are these big double boxes. I move them in different places. I'm not totally sure where Shannon likes to write the scriptures that she's reading each day. I always liked writing it at the top, and so I kind of adjust this one down I move it so there's still room to write scripture at the top. I hope that makes sense, but still lots of room to take notes. And then we'll balance this out with a yellow overlapped over here. You can see, I'm like, where do I put it? So there's still room to write on either side. It's all about finding the balance, especially when you're wanting to preserve some writing room. All right, to finish this one off, I'm just going to choose a few more of these little Bible journaling icons. Love the typewriter, love the paintbrush. I'm going to nestle them around the boxes so that they are not taking up a lot more writing space, but just keep in mind that this is white sticker paper that you can write on top of. So if you have to take a few words over the top, no worries, it'll still work. I don't worry about that in my faith planner. I just write over everything. I have fun decorating it, yes, but I don't worry about what it looks like after the fact because that's just where I'm keeping notes. And I think it needs to be functional, so I just write over the top of all the things. Once I finish up with my last few little icons down below, I love these little paint tubes. I think they're adorable, and so I'm going to put them up top. This is an undated spread, so Shannon can pop it in her faith planner whenever she feels like it, or maybe when she doesn't have time to decorate her faith planner. She has one ready to go that is beautiful and inspiring, and she can just add the date over the top. So that about wraps this up. Let me know below if you could choose any planner theme, any layout theme, what would it be? I want to hear about it in the comments below. I will link all of the supplies I used down in the description box below. And you'll also find a link to my Patreon account. I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons. They are awesome. We have a great time over on Patreon. Lots of extra stuff happens over there. If you want to check out Patreon and see some of the perks available, there's a link for that. All right, I hope that you all have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.